Well, I saw her today in the reception, glass of wine in her hand. I knew she was gonna meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man. She said, I can't always get what you want. She said, you can't always get what you want, no, no. She said, you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. Oh, yeah. You get what you need. Hello, guys. Hey, Melody. You can get what you need, huh? Hello, Marianne. Hi, Marilyn. Well, I went down to the Chelsea drugstore to get my prescription filled. In line there, I saw my friend Jimmy. Man, he sure looked pretty ill. He says you can't always get what you want. He said you can't always get what you want, no, no. He said you can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. Oh, yeah, you get what you need. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, good morning. Good morning from Maryland, just north of Washington, D.C., and just south of Baltimore. And it's a rainy, nasty, cold day. I'm having my coffee. Get you some painkillers, huh, Melanie? Nice to see you too, Marilyn. Hey, Steve, Ken, good morning to you guys. Yeah. Melody's going to mow her grass. I'd love for you to mow mine too, but it's just too darn wet out there for that. So what's on your minds this morning, guys? So the subject that I came up with is what qualities are you looking for in a partner? So assuming that you're looking for a partner, looking for a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, what qualities should that person possess? And Melody is reminiscing. What you thinking about, Melody? So anyway, that's the subject, so you can think about that. What qualities should that special someone possess to be your lifelong partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever? Another interesting thing that looks like it might be reappearing, but there was I did a video quite some time ago. It's a fairly old video now, called "Be Careful About Marrying a Young Filipina," and it went viral. Has over 1 million views, and it looks like people are starting to watch it again. And I got a comment from this guy, and we can also talk about that if you like. I'll go ahead and read the comment. His name is Roland. He He says, I met a 20-year-old Filipina in Barreto, Zambales. I met her in a bar. That was number one. After my second visit with her at the bar, I took her away from there and gave her a hefty salary to stop her work and stay home and take care of her 2-year-old girl. I am a professional and very active with my job in the Philippines. After 1 year, things were getting rocky. She wanted me home all the time and take out retirement. I did that, and most of my pension went to her salary, as she was accustomed to. When I went to work in Manila, she would get lonely and start accusing me of not working, however, seeing another girl. For the next 6 months, I tried to keep expenses down, and she started to threaten me that she would go back to work at the bar. I took out one of my 401k and gave her and her family. Anytime I was close to any female, she would accuse me of cheating on her. I had to cancel my Facebook, my Messenger. All the time, she kept hers and continued to use hers with guys in a sexual way. I've tried to do all to keep her away from working bars and Facebook and Messenger. Recently, 1 month ago, she called it quits between her and I. The reason, she says, is that I cheat and lie too much, and her salary's not enough. I provided her with a home, salary, CTV, and food in the house. She lives at home like a queen. I furnished our home. Now she tells me it's over and she wants all the furniture. I need some honest advice from anyone out there. What can I do to stop her from kicking me out and taking all of the furniture? So it kind of ties in as a negative to what we're talking about today. I tend to think that his first mistake was messing with a bar girl to begin with. But anyway, so you guys let me know what you think. That's true. It's not just Pina. I mean, this could be, you could say this about anywhere, to be honest with you, right here in the U.S. as well. So honesty, loyalty, humor, adventurous. Yeah, that's a good one. Hello, Liberty. So anyway, anybody that's got any advice for this guy that left a comment, feel free to go over to that video. It's called Be Careful About Marrying a Young Filipina. You can get to there from my channel page, I think. It's one of the most highly viewed videos I have, so it's right there in the front when you go to the channel page. And, contact him and give him some advice if you're up for doing that. What sounds like to me is pretty far gone. I don't know what about the law in the Philippines, her taking all the furniture and that kind of stuff. And thank you, Liberty. Thanks for joining us. So, yeah, I don't know anything about the laws in the Philippines, or if it's, if there's anything the guy could do. I don't know. Yeah, bar girl, big mistake. Play a little blues for that guy. I'm sure he's got the blues right now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Steve, I like those comments. Honesty, loyalty, humor, adventurous. I like that, and I think not taking yourself so seriously is a big one. Sometimes you just got to be able to look at yourself and laugh about it. You know, we all make mistakes, and you know, the key is to learn from them and correct them and move on. Yeah, Steve. I really don't have a good feel for how often. I mean, I can just from being a former military guy, Navy guy, I could see it happening. You know, but that's the first time I ever had anybody pop on the channel and ask for the advice. And the reason I'm looking over here is because I brought the comment up on another screen so that I could read it to you. But yeah, the guy's got himself in quite a pickle. Hey Lee, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Those girls are looking round and tight. Yeah, girl, you better hold on tight. We're going for a ride tonight, and everything's gonna be alright. Anita, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks, Marilyn. Hey, Lucy. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Josie. Hey, Lydia. How are you? Good to see you again. Good. Glad to hear you're fine, Anita. So we're talking about what qualities are you looking for in a partner? A husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, if you're looking. Here in Maryland, it's rainy, cold. Delhi forever. Hello, welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, it's a rainy, cold day here in Maryland. I had to get up last night, turn the fan off. So it's getting cold in bed. It's about, I don't know, what's the temperature right now? It's 16 C, that is. So rainy and cold here in Maryland. Hey, Lucy, idle Ken. I'm not sure what that means. Stability of her moods, huh? That anti-tompo, huh? Nans? Hi, but you should be on the live stream. I'm good, Delhi forever. My name is Ken, but you can call me Postcard if you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. Yeah. You know, I tell you, I'm stability of moods, and I'm looking at Ken's comments, Stephen. I'm thinking about that. I really don't recall ever actually sitting down and thinking about all that stuff, to be honest with you. I was just kind of meeting people and evaluating them, and by just, I guess, by my gut. Maybe it's tucked away in the back of my head. Yeah, and I was thinking about it this morning. That's why I made it the topic for this video. I never really articulated exactly. I just kind of knew. But, so a lot of times it's better to bring it out. It helps you look at it, evaluate it. Hey, Josie. Says, if ever I'm looking for a man who will love me and my kids, respect me as a woman, and of course, having a stable job. Yeah, that's funny. I was watching, I think it was Henry at Life Beyond the Sea, and he was talking about, and it's true that women view things differently than men. I mean, that's pretty normal, I would think. But that financial stability is a big deal, So in any culture, even American women are going to want the same thing. They want to know that they got a guy that's, can be a breadwinner, can bring money into the family. Yeah, all sweet in the beginning, and then hide the machetes after that, huh? I hear you, man. Yeah, I think, and that's a big part of it in the beginning, is being real, being straight up front about how you feel. I think those things, especially in the beginning, because that's where everything else is. We're all forming our thought processes around this initial impression that we get, and if it's not straight in the beginning, it's going to be very hard to get it all figured out later, like our friend that married, well, I don't know that he said he got married, but like our friend with the bar girl, I don't think he went into the whole thing thinking straight to begin with, and then I'm sure there were a lot of warning signs along the way that he just ignored. So, well, I say I'm sure. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but that would be my thinking. Cheese sliding off the cracker. You guys are too much. So what about you ladies? What are you looking for? What do you want to see in a if you're Machete or Lion? Yeah, Marilyn, that's true. Yeah, stability of moods. That's true, Josie. I mean, the physical attraction, the love, the excuse me, the stuff that we feel up front is all fine and dandy, but down the road, after a year or two, you've actually got to make a life together, and it takes income to do that. I mean, that's just the way it is. Honesty and loyalty. Yeah, I would say those are pretty necessary in a relationship if it's going to last. If you're talking more than just a fleeting passing, but if you're gonna remain partners for a long time, then definitely needs to be honesty and loyalty. Yeah, so like Deli Forever was saying, stability of moods. That's kind of part of that process that you evaluate. When you first meet someone, like almost everyone, or I'm guessing most large percentage of the folks that are here on the live stream are, subscribers to the channel are Western men that have met a Filipina lady, and usually online from some kind of dating site or whatever. And so you find someone that you like, and then you start chatting on Skype or WhatsApp or whatever, Facebook Messenger maybe, and you get to know them. And so these are the early stages of the courtship, if you will. And so you're kind of fleshing all these things out. Yep, that's true. Hi, Christina. How are you? So yeah, I mean, if a person's mood is not stable, so you start fleshing this out when you're talking to someone on Skype or whatever, and over a period of time, you start putting together a profile, if you will, in your mind of what this person's personality is, and then what you want to do is then you want to go meet her. You want to go meet and spend some time together, you know. And so it's going to be that couple of weeks where you're actually together all the time, that you're going to really formulate this idea of what this other person's personality is, and if the person's going to make a suitable partner, you know. Maria says, I want someone who will make my life happier, not harder. Yeah. We all want that. Yep. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Hey, Tommy, good to see you. Honesty, loyalty, stability. Faith in God, yeah. Yeah, Lydia, I hear you. Actually, Steve, that's a really good point. You do have to be happy with yourself in order to truly be happy with someone else. And that's a point that a lot of people miss, you know? Yeah, that's real important. Yeah, Steve's got it right there, Telly. Yeah. And earlier when I read the comment, it's fairly obvious that this guy didn't meet the girl in church, right? He met her in a bar. So right off the bat, that's a bad sign. Yep, that's true. Yeah. Tommy, it's on that video I did called "Be Careful About Marrying a Young Filipino." Guy just left a really long comment, laid out his story. If you get a chance, scoot on over there and take a look at it. Maybe you can help the guy. He's reaching out for help, but I think he might be beyond. He might be past the point of no return, if you know what I mean. Hi, Apple. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Christina, someone who will not hurt me emotionally and physically. Yeah, well, you definitely want that. No doubt about that. So Marilyn says she wants a man that's older than her because he can make me happy always, more on honesty and loyalty. Yeah. I think we were talking about the other, I don't know, week or two ago about the differences in attitudes between Filipinos and Western guys. And also, that's true of age. You know, a younger guy sowing his wild oats is a little more rambunctious. Us older guys, we slow down some. Yeah, hey Deli, yeah, you definitely want a stable mind. No doubt about that. So how about you ladies? Are you all in agreement that you would rather have an older guy, someone your own age, someone younger? Seems to me most Filipina prefer someone older. But maybe I'm not, I don't know if I'm right about that or not. Yeah. So Apple says she doesn't believe that older or younger is really an issue. It's maturity. And maturity doesn't measure by age. She's just saying some older guys are too naughty. Well, yeah. I mean, and remember, we're talking in generalizations here as well. I mean, there are going to be naughty older guys and naughty younger guys, and there are going to be good guys in both those ranges as well. Christina wants older. Is 9 years older than you. Yeah, I mean, I'm 12 years older than Vivian. So, there's some other. Hey, Jen, you say older also, huh? Josie, you say the same thing, prefer older, huh? And is that in general because older guys are a little more mature, a little more stable, maybe? Or I'm assuming that's the reason, but maybe there's another reason. What's your reason for choosing an older guy, someone older than you? Yeah, 17 years older. Yeah, it was interesting. One of the other comment, the funny, it's funny, but the video that I was talking about that I did a couple of years ago, it's called "Be Careful Marrying a Young Filipina," and in that video, I'm talking about a story that I was told from another person, another YouTuber, actually, who shall remain unnamed. But anyway, a lot of people when they listen to the video, they don't hear that part. And they think that I'm talking about me, which I'm not, because anybody that's here knows that I was married to Vivian, and we were 12 years apart, and we were both, neither one of us were young girls. Vivian was, I think, 47 or something but anyway, but for some reason, when people watch that video, they think I'm talking about myself. And so I get a lot of comments like this one, who says, "You don't marry young lady, not just Filipina. You're old enough to know such things." Now, sorry, I wasn't talking about me in the video, but they missed that point. And I think a lot of YouTube videos, people miss they miss a lot of what is said in it. You may even have to go back and watch it a couple of times. I know the average watch time on a lot of videos, a lot of my produced videos, is a fairly short amount of time compared to the length of video. Say if it's an 8-minute long video, people only watch 2 or 3 minutes of it. So they miss a lot. Christina says, yeah, mature and stable already. Lydia, me too. I want older than me. My late husband is 13 years older than me. Because they're very responsible and everything. Yeah. And an older guy is usually established, has a good income, can take care of things, own a house, have a pension, all that kind of stuff, which makes life easier. Yeah. So Marilyn agrees with Steve's age gap with his wife. You're welcome, Deli. Hey, Mercedes. Older man knows everything, and I'm secured with him. Yeah, I guess an older guy is a bit wiser and to the ways of the world, and make you feel more secure. Yeah, that's a good point. So we want honest, loyal, and older guy. What other qualities are we looking for? What other things do you evaluate? Yeah, Ken, that's true. Cool, Steve. You're starting the K1 process. So she's coming to the USA? Or you're living in the Philippines? You're just going to start the K1 anyway so she can get a green card? Or are you you plan on moving back to the States? More caring, loving, and understanding, like me. Thank you, Mercedes. What is my daily activity there so that you're not feel bored in life? Well, Deli, I'm still working. I haven't retired yet, so I got quite a lot going on. 5 days a week, I'm an engineer. I work for a company. I travel a lot on business. 2 nights a week, I teach music at the local music store. So I'm a pretty busy guy, actually. I don't have time to get bored. Every Sunday, I do this live stream. Plus, I like to play my guitar. I love to go fishing. Fishing is one of my favorite things. And I also like to go to the gym. Matter of fact, that's where the, speaking of that, give a thumbs up. Everybody hit that like button. And this is actually the gym where I go. I like to go and lift weight. Although lately I've been kind of slacking off, so I need to get back to it. So anyway, yeah, that's what I do. So there's a lot. I got a lot going on, and I don't have time to be bored. So, Steve, oh, that's right. You're in Arizona. Okay. Right. See, Steve, that's exactly the plan that Vivian and I had. Unfortunately, God took her to be an angel, and now I'm left here on the planet. Hey, Marilyn. Well, I still got a little fat down here, but I'm working on it. Hey, Jen. Yeah, sorry, I don't know that one. You're welcome, Deli. Everybody has requests for songs for me to play, but I can't do a lot of them. I got to be careful with YouTube as well because I don't want to be getting copyright strikes. Tell you what, you guys are killing me with these requests, and I don't really do the cover band thing anymore. But let me see if I got. I'll play one that I wrote. Maybe I won't. I can't find it. All right. Let's see if I can. There we go. All right, I wrote a song. I write a lot of songs, but I usually can't remember the lyrics. And so I have to write them down. And if I don't write them down, I'll forget them. And even after I write them down, I still, for whatever reason, I just never memorize them. Anyway, this was called Tight Curves. Those curves are looking round and tight. Yeah, girl, you better hold on tight. We're going for a ride tonight, and everything is gonna be alright. Wrap your arms around me and don't you let go. Smell the scent of life as we hit the road. Feel the power of the engine as we start this ride. When we arrive, want you by my side. Those girls are looking round and tight. Yeah, girl, you better hold on tight. We are going for a ride tonight, and everything is gonna be alright. Feel the heat of your warm breath on the back of my neck. There's a freedom here like you never expect. Machine and earth will revolve around the sun. So now I'm thinking you may be the one. Those girls are looking round and tight. Yeah, girl, you better hold on tight. We are going for a ride tonight, and everything is gonna be alright. Those girls are looking round and tight. You better hold on tight. We're going for a ride tonight, and everything is gonna be alright. There you go. All right. So anyway, that one's called Tight Curves. So I'm not taking any more requests. Like I said, I got to be careful when I play other people's stuff because that can get me in trouble. But of course, if I wrote the song, I own the copyright, so I can play it all I want. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, Vivian was she was very special. Thanks, Jen. Josie, thank you. Shay, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate it. Yeah, Maria, that's a very good point. Communication is key, and like you said, to be able to articulate and express how you feel and what you're thinking and what you want. And thank you, Christina. Yeah, that is very important, and um, something that I want to say I see it a lot, but not really. But I understand is Filipinos use the English language in a way that's different than, say, Americans like me, the way I use the language. And some of it is rooted in the native language. Like Vivian's native language was Cebuano. And in Cebuano, there is no male or female version of a pronoun. And so I used to laugh all the time because of the difference. She would say something like, "Yeah, my husband, she's an engineer," and so um, when an American hears that the first time, it's kind of strange. Why is she saying she versus he, like we would in American English? But it's because of a lot of Filipinos speak two or three languages. For Vivian, it was Cebuano, Tagalog, and English. And so it put the burden, not burden, well, the burden was on me to be able to understand and communicate and not, and get to the real root of whatever it was we were talking about. Because those kinds of things are on the periphery and they kind of confuse the communication some. So a lot of times I would have to ask a couple of times in order to get a response from her that I understood. So yeah, the communication, especially that cross-cultural communication, can be difficult. So it's definitely something that you want to work on with your with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You definitely want to work on that. So, since we're on the subject of qualities of a partner, how does the family factor into it? How much of an issue, like Josie mentioned, I think it was Josie earlier, that she wanted a guy that would love her and love her kids. And then there's also the bigger extended family. Good night, Marilyn. So how does that become a part of the equation? What do you consider? What would you want? If you're the girl and you're dating an American guy, what do you want him to know about your family and their feelings about the relationship between a Western guy and a Filipino, or a Western guy and an Asian lady? But in this case, we're talking about Filipinos. So what you're thinking there, what do you guys think about that? So Maria says, yeah, her dad was 19 years older than her mom. Ken says the family factors in much more than it would being involved with a girl from your country. Yeah. I don't know. There are a lot of cultures where families are pretty important. Here in the U.S., you can think of Italian families and Jewish families. Yeah. Again, in my case, with Vivian, I was accepted right into the family. They just took me in. My brothers-in-law, I mean, they'd do anything for me, and vice versa. So, and then, of course, every family's got one knucklehead, like the one that's a shabu addict or whatever. I guess every family has one of those. My family here in the States, I got a brother that's kind of off. But for the most part, Vivian's family just embraced me. And but I'm thinking more in the beginning stages, not after you're married, but early on. Hey, Monina, good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ken. Well, yeah, I mean, when you're married to someone, the two of you become one. I mean, essentially, at least in the eyes of God. And so her obligation to take care of her family then necessarily becomes yours. I mean, you can, and especially in the beginning, like, in the case of, we got married and then Vivian immigrates to the USA. At first she doesn't have a job, she doesn't have money, but there's still responsibilities going on back at home that need to be taken care of and met. So, yeah, and I kind of see where you're going with it in the beginning. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it either, but I think a lot of guys misunderstand that, and they think that this burden is being placed on them, but yeah, I mean, and the need to take care of family is very much entrenched in the culture. And for instance, a lot of the ladies here are OFWs, overseas Filipino workers, and they go out and they work hard and make money so that they can take care of their family. So, hey, Jenilyn, welcome aboard. Yeah, Steve, and that I wouldn't. That you kind of learn about that by studying the culture a little more. I wouldn't think that I wouldn't think that a Filipina would have the foresight to say to her boyfriend, once we get married, you're going to have to be taking care of my family. It's not going to happen like that, and she's probably not even thinking about it. But to her, that responsibility, the feeling to take care of her family is just ingrained. And so it's kind of on us, we're coming in as the foreigner to learn more about the culture. And we can do it right here, like, watching these videos and getting to know more about how the culture works and what the expectations are going to be. Yeah, Steve, you're absolutely right. Know what you're getting into. But I wouldn't think that she would just have the foresight to lay all that out for you. Probably not going to happen. It's kind of on you. To learn about it. Yeah. Doing your homework. That's a good point, Ken. So, Jen, where are you? KSA? What's that? Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? The most dangerous country? What's KSA, Jen? Yeah, I mean, you watch the videos on YouTube and, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Oh, okay, so I guessed right. So you can get an understanding from watching YouTube videos, get an understanding from going there and talking to people and, and kind of feel it out as you go along. Because it is... it's kind of, I'm not sure how to describe it. The Philippines, it is a different culture, but there's been a long and close relationship between the Filipino people and in particular Americans, but a lot of Western culture. And so you can go there and not feel like you've, you're totally somewhere else, It's kind of weird. It's different, but it's also a little more comfortable, I think, than, say, especially somewhere where nobody knows the language. In the Philippines, at least all the signs and everything like that are in English. Most people speak some English, so you can get around and everything. In a country where no one speaks the language, it I think would be a lot more difficult. Of course, more and more nowadays, English is more widely spoken just about everywhere. So that brings a good point. Then, what are your thoughts on the Filipino culture versus the Western culture? Yeah, that's true, Brian. That's very true. And as a matter of fact, I just helped out my sister-in-law. She was going through an issue, and So yeah, you definitely have to be prepared for that. And like I said, you're probably only going to learn about it's probably best that you learn about it in advance before you get involved. Because some people, and I was never one of them. I wasn't. I kind of took my responsibility as a husband seriously, and I went in with my eyes wide open. But I think some people are kind of caught off guard by this expectation that you're going to supply money to take care of her family. I mean, but the expectation is actually on her, and you're the husband. And when you are married, you become one, and so her burden becomes your burden. I mean, that's just normal with being married. So, any other thoughts, guys? It's been about an hour, so I'm going to wrap this thing up. No. Okay, guys. Well, hit that like button. I appreciate that. And I'm going to say good day. Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful time. You guys made me sing too much today, and now my throat's all whacked out. So I'll see you later, guys. Have a good day. Bye.